Greetings, it's Mr. Neff. And I wanted to explain to you a little bit and to give you another example of a current event for this year to give you a better idea on some of the things that I'm looking for. So just a reminder, this is my rubric here, knowing and understanding, 8 points, mastery with developed and accurate descriptions, substantial, so substantial and good descriptions, satisfactory is pretty good, 2 is insufficient or limited, and 0 doesn't even reach any of these standards. Communication, 8 points, includes all the following: a title, a link, a quote, 300 words, and 0 grammatical problems. 6 is missing one of those things. A 4 is missing 2 of those things. A 2 is missing 3 of those things, and a 0 don't even have 1 or 2 of those things. Critical thinking. So shows a mastery level of critical thinking with thorough, complete, and excellent personal analysis. Substantial critical thinking shows a substantial level with great personal analysis. The satisfactory is okay personal analysis. And number 2 is limited or too simple level of personal analysis, and a 0 does not even quite complete it. So if we're looking at this example here, so this is a story from the United States, US topic, with a CNN link to a CNN article. This article is about people in Rochester, New York, having house parties amidst the coronavirus pandemic. So I would pause the video right here in order to read this article and think about what kind of grade you would give it. All right, to go over this. So this article is about people in Rochester, New York, having house parties amidst the coronavirus pandemic. There was a story about a shooting reported on CNN. It should be capitalized. Happened on Saturday. They list the date. They talk about some of the bad things that are happening with COVID, but they're not particularly specific. So if you host a party, like there's some run-on sentences. Their quote is kind of tacked on right here at the end. I don't really know that they have ever explained the Rochester shooting portion of it, so I would give them a 4 on this. This one has its satisfactory level of understanding. It's not amazing, but it's acceptable. If we're talking about the 5 things that it needs, so it has a topic and a title. It's right here. It has their link. That's right there. It is definitely 300 words. That's good. But this quote, once again, is kind of tacked on. It technically has one, but I don't feel like it was very explained. It looked like it was just trying to get the grade sort of there. And the grammar is really rough. If you'll notice here, there's some things that need to be capitalized. There's no space in between the periods. The comma here is a problem. Like there's just a lot of grammatical issues that could have been taken care of beforehand. So that is what we need to look at. So I would give them a 4 on that one because they are missing 2 things. They're missing the quote and they're missing grammatical problems. They have a problem with grammatical issues. In terms of personal reflection, so I think the article presents an important problem in the US, people having parties, presents themselves to COVID, talks about crime possibly happening and parties and stuff like that. It's acceptable. It clearly doesn't show that they have really thought about like what their lives are affected by on COVID, or if they're concerned about shootings in their location or crime in their area. So it's fine. Could be better. Could be improved upon. So I gave them a satisfactory. Would have given them a satisfactory grade for personal analysis. So once again, a 4 for knowing and understanding, a 4 for their tasks, and a 4 for their critical thinking. So thank you for this example.